Do you other performer types feel like there needs to be an object? I honestly feel a little bit better. It needs to be about me. So earlier this year, I was in what we call the business of dry spell with the dating and whatnot, and it's one of those things you gotta get a. Man, this is sounding really sexist. Not a good foot to start off on, Pete. You gotta get a slump buster. Not going the way I thought. Something to be said for everybody who wrote theirs down. It was about mid-July sometime. I realized it was about time for this thing that my friend had been telling me about the last 7 years. It happens in Pennsylvania by a group of people called the Society for Creative Anachronism. A couple people know what I mean. It's something akin to a Renaissance festival on steroids, or Geek Burning Man. And my friend who had been doing it the last 7 years said, if you, there's a saying, if you can't get laid there, you can't get laid. And all right, from now on, I'm entirely doing this to entertain Jet Royal. So I went down there only for a weekend. I could have been down there for longer. But I knew that I wouldn't enjoy using the porta potty for more than I really had to. So I go down there, and it's a Slippery Rock, PA, and it's about a 4-hour drive. I don't really have words to describe the experience, but Geek Burning Man pretty much sums it up. The camp I was staying with are all polyamorous people. Is everyone familiar with the term and what it entails? Okay. So I figured I got, no? Are you just doing this as...
No, it's not a bit, I legitimately...
Okay. Poly meaning many, and amorous meaning, I suppose, love, but it doesn't have to be. So it's, people who don't put so many constraints on how many people they do. The rules beyond that are different depending on who you talk to. But, so day one goes by, nothing. Somewhere early day two, I'm having a conversation with everybody trying to understand what everything is. It's a very confusing place, and I kept saying things like, "Oh, yeah, but in the real world," and they go, "No, this is real." And I would go, semantically, I don't know what else to say to get to the rest of the sentence. So I ended up pissing everyone off and resigned myself. That's not going to happen now. Everybody hates me. But somewhere in the mid-afternoon, this girl shows up, and I'm sitting there, by the way, in a puffy shirt and a kilt, looking at my iPod going, another one of them, fantastic. But when she's talking for a while, I realize she's not quite so surly. And it comes to the point where a friend of mine, the one that told me about this whole thing, it says, hey, Pete doesn't have anywhere to stay tonight because of various people coming and going. Does anyone put him up? And as she tells it, this girl looks me up and down and goes, he can stay in my yurt if you like. By the way, there were yurts. So anyway, turns out she's British. As if you couldn't tell from my slight British accent there. We have an interesting night. We just, pan over to a fire and fade out. We've spoken on Skype or Facebook every single day since then. and things have progressed, and it's come to the point we want to use a certain word that people use, but I don't want to say it alone in my apartment in front of my computer. She said, why don't you use a substitute word? I said, what? She says, I don't know. I fire truck you. That has stuck. We are using that every single day, several times a day. And soon though, no longer. She's coming here in January. And I'm no longer going to be using the word fire truck. We're talking today and we realized that we've done everything out of order. Oh, I'd just like to say, I'm polyamorous now. By the way, ladies. And we realized that we started with, the fun bit, and then the getting to know each other, and now the I love you, and then we're going to go on our first date. So distance makes things weird.